1,500 meters below the surface. Light does not reach. The water here is cold, just above freezing, and the pressure would crush most surface life instantly. This is the deep sea, a place defined by scarcity. Food is rare. Encounters are rare. Life moves slowly, if it moves at all. On a rocky outcrop, a deep-sea octopus has made her choice. She has found a small crevice, sheltered from current and predators. Inside, she has laid her eggs. Hundreds of them, each no larger than a grain of rice. They hang in translucent clusters, pale and delicate against the dark stone. This species is Granulidone boreopacifica. She is unremarkable in appearance, gray skin, 8 arms, eyes adapted to near-total darkness. She weighs perhaps 2 kilograms. In the deep sea, she is neither predator nor prey of particular note. She is simply one of many. But what she is about to do is extraordinary. She positions herself over the eggs. Her arms curl around them, forming a protective canopy. She begins to fan them with rhythmic pulses of water, ensuring oxygen reaches each developing embryo. This is not instinct in the poetic sense. It is biology. Her nervous system has been shaped over millions of years to perform this task. She does not know why. She simply does. The eggs are vulnerable. Without constant care, they will die. Bacteria will colonize them. Predators will consume them. The water itself, cold and oxygen poor, will suffocate them if not circulated. So she stays. There is no calculation in this. No moment of decision. She has laid her eggs, and now her body performs the only function left to it: protection. The deep sea does not offer second chances. There is no strategy that allows her to leave and return. To abandon the eggs, even briefly, is to lose them. She will not leave. Around her, the deep sea continues as it always has. Currents drift past. Occasional scavengers move through the darkness, drawn by the faint chemical signatures of decay. The octopus watches them, but does not move. Her arms remain in place, fanning slowly, steadily. The eggs are everything now. Days pass, then weeks. The octopus does not hunt. She does not feed. She remains exactly where she is, in the small stone crevice, her body wrapped around the future. This is the beginning. The first month passes in near stillness. The octopus has not moved from her position. Her arms fan the eggs continuously. Every few seconds, a gentle pulse of water washes over the cluster. This motion is automatic. It does not stop when she rests. It does not stop when threats appear. It is constant. Her eyes remain open. Octopuses do not sleep as mammals do, but they enter states of reduced activity. She does not enter those states now. Her attention is fixed on the eggs and the space around them. Any movement in the darkness triggers response. Her chromatophores, color-changing cells in her skin, flicker occasionally, a reflex to shadow and shape. Small fish drift past. Crustaceans probe the rocks nearby. She watches but does not strike. Her body is capable of hunting. Her arms are strong, her beak sharp, but she does not move. The eggs cannot be left unprotected, even for the seconds it would take to capture prey. Octopuses in shallow water sometimes leave their broods briefly to feed. They hunt quickly, then return. But in the deep sea, distances are vast and prey is unpredictable. A hunting trip could take hours, days even, and in that time, the eggs would be exposed. So she stays. Her last meal was weeks ago, before she laid the eggs. Since then, she has consumed nothing. Her body is beginning to draw on its reserves. Proteins broken down from muscle tissue, lipids stored in her digestive gland. This is not starvation in the desperate sense. It is controlled metabolic breakdown. Her biology has prepared for this, but it is not sustainable. The water here is 4 degrees Celsius. Cold water slows metabolism, which helps. A warm water octopus would starve far more quickly. But even in the cold, energy is finite. Every motion of her arms, every flicker of her chromatophores, every moment of vigilance, each costs something. She is spending herself. Researchers studying this species have observed brooding periods lasting months. Some individuals have been recorded staying with their eggs for over 4 years. For years without food. For years of constant fanning. For years of slow, silent decline. The octopus does not know this. She knows only the eggs and the need to protect them. Around her, the deep sea is indifferent. Life continues in its slow, cold rhythms. The octopus remains in place, arms moving, eyes open. The eggs are still translucent. Inside, cell division continues. Slowly. In the deep sea, everything takes longer. She fans them and waits. 3 months have passed. The octopus has not eaten. She has not left her position. The crevice has become the boundary of her world, a space no larger than a meter across. Beyond it, the deep sea stretches into darkness. She does not explore it. Her body is changing. Muscle tissue has begun to atrophy. Her arms, once thick and powerful, are slightly thinner. The change is subtle but measurable. Her mantle, the main body cavity, has also reduced in size. The digestive gland that once stored energy is nearly depleted. Her body is consuming itself to sustain basic functions. Her skin has dulled. The chromatophores still respond to stimuli, but more slowly. Her natural gray has faded to a paler shade, almost translucent in places. Beneath the skin, the structure of her muscles is visible, fibers and connective tissue showing through. She continues to fan the eggs. This behavior is not optional. If she stops, even for an hour, oxygen levels around the eggs will drop. Development will slow. Some embryos will die. So her arms move rhythmically every few seconds. The motion is weaker than it was 3 months ago, but it does not stop. Octopuses are intelligent animals. They solve puzzles. They recognize individual humans. They demonstrate curiosity and memory. But intelligence does not override biology. The octopus cannot choose to leave. Her nervous system will not allow it. The eggs must be protected, and so she stays. There is no prey within reach. The crevice was chosen for shelter, not for hunting. Occasionally, a small fish or shrimp drifts close, but she does not strike. To do so would require leaving the eggs exposed, even for a moment. That risk is unacceptable. Some researchers have offered food to brooding octopuses in captivity. The females refuse it. Even when prey is placed directly in front of them, they do not respond. The biological imperative to protect the eggs overrides hunger entirely. In the wild, no one offers food. The octopus simply endures the absence of it. Her metabolism has slowed further. Cold water helps, but it is not enough. Every day, her body grows weaker. Every day, the cost of staying increases. But the eggs are developing. Inside the translucent casings, tiny shapes are beginning to form. Dark spots that will become eyes. Threads that will become arms. The process is glacially slow, but it is happening. The octopus does not see this development. She cannot know that her sacrifice is working. She only knows the eggs must be fanned, must be protected, must be kept alive. So she stays. Around her, the deep sea is unchanged. Dark, cold, indifferent. She fans the eggs and her body grows thinner. 1 year has passed. The octopus is still there, in the same crevice, in the same position. Her arms wrapped around the same cluster of eggs, fanning them with the same steady rhythm. But she is no longer the same animal. Her body weight has dropped by more than half. What was once solid muscle is now loose skin over bone-like internal structures. Her arms, which could once crush prey with ease, are frail. The suckers, rows of sensitive, powerful discs, are still functional, but weakened. Some have begun to deteriorate. Her skin is almost translucent now. Beneath it, the outline of her internal organs is visible. Gills, digestive tract, the complex nerve bundles that control her movements. Her eyes, once bright and responsive, have clouded slightly. She still watches the darkness, but her reactions are slower. She has not eaten in over a year. In most animals, starvation of this duration would mean death. But the octopus is still alive. Her metabolism has slowed to the absolute minimum required to sustain life. Her heart beats. Her gills extract oxygen. Her arms continue to fan. The eggs are larger now, still translucent, but the shapes inside are more defined. Eyes are visible, dark, pinpoint spots. The beginnings of arms can be seen, curled inside the egg casings. Development in the deep sea is extraordinarily slow. In warmer, shallower water, octopus eggs hatch in weeks. Here it takes years. The octopus does not know how much longer she must wait. She has no concept of time in the human sense. She exists in a continuous present, a state of constant vigilance, constant motion, constant depletion. 2 years pass. She is skeletal now. Her mantle, once rounded and full, has collapsed inward. Her arms are thin as rope. When she moves them to fan the eggs, the motion is labored. But it does not stop. Her chromatophores have almost ceased functioning. Her skin remains a uniform pale gray, barely distinguishable from the rock around her. She no longer reacts to movement in the water. She no longer tracks passing prey. Her world has contracted to the eggs, and nothing else. Researchers have documented this decline. Time-lapse footage shows the gradual wasting of the body, the slow loss of mass and color and vitality. In one study, a female Granulidone boreopacifica was observed for 53 months, over 4 years, without moving from her eggs. For years without food. For years of slow, silent starvation. The octopus in the crevice does not know she is being observed. She does not know she is part of a scientific record. She knows only the eggs and the need to protect them. Time continues. The deep sea does not change. She fans the eggs and waits. 3 years have passed. The octopus is barely recognizable. What was once a healthy, functional predator is now a fragile structure of skin and nerve. Her body has consumed almost all available tissue. There is nothing left to break down. Her arms are skeletal. The muscles that once allowed complex movement, grasping, pulling, manipulating objects, are gone. Only connective tissue remains, stretched over the internal supports. The suckers have lost their adhesive strength. Many have detached entirely, leaving raw patches along the undersides of her arms. Her mantle is collapsed. The organs inside, gills, heart, digestive system, are visible through the thin membrane of her skin. Her gills still move, extracting oxygen from the water, but their motion is weak and irregular. Her heart still beats, but slowly. Blood flow has decreased to minimal levels. Her eyes are clouded and sunken. Octopus eyes are complex structures, capable of detecting shape and movement even in near-total darkness. But hers have degraded. The lenses are opaque. The nerve connections are failing. She can still sense light and shadow, but little else. She cannot hunt. Even if prey appeared directly in front of her, she lacks the strength to capture it. Her beak, the hard, parrot-like structure used to tear flesh, has not been used in years. It remains functional, but irrelevant. She continues to fan the eggs. The motion is slow now, almost imperceptible. Every few seconds, her arms pulse weakly, pushing water across the egg cluster. It is not as effective as it once was, but it is enough. The eggs are still receiving oxygen. Development continues. Inside the translucent casings, the embryos are nearly complete. Tiny octopuses, fully formed, curl inside their protective membranes. Their eyes are developed. Their arms are functional. They are waiting. The mother does not know this. She cannot see the details of what she has created. She only knows the eggs must be protected, and so she continues. Her body is shutting down. Systems that are non-essential have already ceased. Her digestive tract is non-functional. There is nothing to digest. Her chromatophores are dead. Her ability to regenerate damaged tissue is gone. But her nervous system remains active. Her brain, distributed throughout her arms and body, still sends signals. Move. Protect. Stay. She obeys. Around her, the deep sea is as it has always been. Cold. Dark. Silent. Other life moves through the water. Fish, crustaceans, drifting jellies. They pass the crevice without noticing the octopus inside. She is motionless now, except for the faint, rhythmic pulse of her arms. She is dying. Her body has been dying for 3 years. But the eggs are alive. That is enough. 3.5 years. The octopus can no longer move most of her body. Only 2 of her 8 arms retain enough function to fan the eggs. The others lie draped across the rock, motionless. The suckers have almost entirely detached. Raw tissue is exposed, but there is no infection. Bacteria grow slowly in the deep sea, and her body has little left to offer them. Her mantle no longer expands and contracts with regular rhythm. Her gills move sporadically, drawing water in weak, shallow pulses. Oxygen uptake has dropped to the minimum required to sustain nerve function. Her heart beats perhaps once every few seconds, slow, irregular, but persistent. She is not conscious in any recognizable sense. Her brain, distributed throughout her body, is functioning at the barest level. There is no awareness of time, no sensation of pain, no recognition of self. There is only the signal: protect the eggs. And so the 2 remaining arms move. Barely. A faint push of water every 10 seconds, then 20, then 30. The rhythm is breaking down. But it has not stopped. The eggs are ready. Inside the casings, the embryos are fully developed. They are miniature versions of their mother, 8 arms, functional eyes, complex nervous systems. They are compressed inside the eggs, arms curled tight, waiting for the membrane to weaken and release them. The mother has done everything biology required of her. She has stayed. She has fanned. She has starved. The eggs have survived because she sacrificed herself, cell by cell, over the course of years. She is nearly gone now. Her skin has torn in places, not from injury, but from simple degradation. The connective tissue holding her body together is failing. Her eyes no longer respond to light. Her arms twitch occasionally, automatic nerve impulses firing without purpose. But the 2 functional arms still move. Slowly, weakly, pushing water across the eggs. Researchers observing similar octopuses have noted this final stage. The body is effectively dead, but movement continues. It is not willpower. It is not determination. It is simply biology, neurons firing, muscles contracting, systems executing their final program tasks. The octopus does not know she is dying. She does not know the eggs are about to hatch. She does not know anything. She is a collection of failing systems, held together by the last remnants of biological function. But the eggs are alive, and that is all that matters. In the cold, dark water, the octopus lies motionless, except for the faint, irregular pulse of 2 skeletal arms. The eggs begin to stir. For years, the eggs are moving. Inside the translucent membranes, the embryos twist and flex. Their tiny arms push against the casing walls. Their beaks, sharp, miniature versions of their mothers, begin to work at the inner surface. The membranes are weakening, thinning after years of development. The mother is barely present. Her body lies draped across the rock, a collapsed structure of skin and bone. Only one arm retains any movement now, a single skeletal limb that twitches occasionally, pushing weakly at the water. The motion is irregular. Sometimes it stops for minutes at a time, then resumes, then stops again. Her heart is still beating. Her gills still move. But these functions are automatic, involuntary. There is no consciousness guiding them. Her nervous system is executing the last of its programming, keeping her alive just long enough. The eggs do not need her anymore. They have reached full development. The embryos inside are capable of independent life. Their gills are functional. Their nervous systems are complete. They are ready to enter the world. But the mother continues to move her arm. Not because the eggs need it, they don't, but because her biology does not have a mechanism to stop. The signal remains: protect the eggs. And so the dying arm moves, even though protection is no longer necessary. The first egg casing splits. A tiny octopus emerges, translucent, delicate, no larger than a grain of rice. Its arms extend, testing the water. Its eyes, dark and fully formed, take in the environment. It drifts upward, caught in the gentle current. Then another egg splits. And another. One by one, the casings open. Hundreds of tiny octopuses emerge, each one perfect and complete. They do not remain in the crevice. They drift away immediately, carried by the current into the open water. This is their biology. Deep-sea octopus hatchlings are planktonic. They rise toward the surface layers, where food is more abundant, and spend their early lives drifting. They do not look back. The mother does not watch them go. Her eyes are non-functional. She cannot see the result of her 4 years of sacrifice. She does not know the eggs have hatched. She does not know her task is complete. Her arm continues to twitch. A faint, irregular pulse in the darkness. The last of the hatchlings drift away, tiny specks of life ascending into the black water. They are alone now, each one a solitary organism navigating a vast and indifferent ocean. Most will not survive. Predation, starvation, and the simple harshness of the deep sea will claim the majority. But some will live, and those that live will grow and hunt and eventually reproduce. The mother has ensured the continuation of her species, but she will not witness it. The crevice is empty now, except for the collapsed body of the octopus and the empty egg casings, pale and translucent, drifting in the current. Her arm twitches one last time, then stops. The hatchlings are gone. They rose through the water column, carried by currents, scattering in all directions. Within hours, they were separated, tiny, translucent organisms adrift in an ocean that spans thousands of kilometers. They do not travel together. They do not recognize each other. They are simply individuals now, subject to the same forces that shape all deep-sea life. Most will die. Predation will claim many. Small fish, jellyfish, even other octopus species will consume them. Starvation will take others. The hatchlings must learn to hunt immediately, and many will fail. The deep sea does not provide second chances. But some will survive. Perhaps a dozen. Perhaps fewer. Those individuals will grow slowly over years. They will learn to hunt in the darkness. They will avoid predators. They will descend back into the deep, where their species thrives. And eventually they will reproduce. The females will lay eggs. They will find crevices in the rock. They will wrap their arms around the clusters and begin to fan. And they will stay without eating until the eggs hatch and they die. This is the cycle. This is the biology. This is what their species does. The mother who just released them will not see any of this. She is in the crevice, motionless now. Her arms have stopped moving. Her gills have stopped extracting oxygen. Her heart has stopped beating. She is dead. There was no final moment of awareness. No recognition that her task was complete. No sense of accomplishment or relief. Her nervous system simply shut down, one system after another, until nothing remained. Her body will stay in the crevice for some time. The deep sea is cold, and decomposition is slow. Scavengers will eventually find her. Crabs, amphipods, bacteria. They will consume what little tissue remains. Her arms will be picked clean. Her skin will dissolve. Her internal structures will collapse and scatter. Within months, there will be nothing left but empty space. The hatchlings do not remember her. They have no concept of mother, no memory of the crevice, no awareness of the sacrifice that allowed them to exist. They are simply alive, drifting through the ocean, driven by the same biological imperatives that drove her. This is not cruelty. It is not tragedy. It is simply the way life functions in the deep sea. Energy is scarce. Survival is difficult. Reproduction is costly. The octopus paid that cost. Her offspring live because she died. That is the exchange. There is no recognition, no gratitude, no meaning beyond the continuation of the species. Just empty water and the slow drift of organic matter toward the seafloor. The octopus is gone. Her body remains in the crevice for now, but it is no longer her. It is organic material, subject to the same processes of decay as any other dead tissue in the ocean. Scavengers have already begun to arrive, small crustaceans, picking at exposed flesh. Bacteria are colonizing the remaining structures, breaking down proteins, releasing nutrients back into the water. Within weeks, the body will be unrecognizable. Within months, it will be gone entirely. She died shortly after the eggs hatched. Not days later. Not hours. Almost immediately. Her body had nothing left. The systems that kept her alive, heart, gills, nervous function, were sustained only by the biological necessity of protecting the eggs. Once that necessity ended, those systems shut down. There was no other possible outcome. This is not a story of heroism. It is not a story of sacrifice in the way humans understand sacrifice. The octopus did not choose to starve. She did not weigh options or make moral decisions. Her biology gave her no choice. From the moment she laid the eggs, her fate was determined. But the result is the same. She spent 4 years dying so her offspring could live. Scientists studying Granulidon boreopacifica have documented this behavior extensively. It is not unique to this species. Many octopuses exhibit similar patterns. But the duration is extraordinary. 4.5 years is among the longest brooding periods ever recorded in any animal. The researchers who observed her documented everything. Time-lapse footage shows the gradual wasting of her body. Data logs record the temperature, the oxygen levels, the slow passage of time in the deep sea. Her story is now part of the scientific record, a data point in the study of reproductive biology and deep-sea ecology. But the ocean does not keep records. The hatchlings that drifted away do not know her story. They do not carry memory of the crevice, or the years of fanning, or the slow starvation. They are driven by the same biology that drove her, but they have no awareness of it. When they mature and reproduce, they will repeat the cycle, unaware that they are doing so. This is how life continues in the deep sea. Quietly, without recognition or reward. Energy is transferred from one generation to the next, and the cost is paid by individuals who will never know the result. The octopus in the crevice is gone. Her offspring are scattered across thousands of kilometers of ocean. Most will die. A few will survive. And the species will continue. There is no meaning in this beyond continuation. No moral lesson. no greater purpose. Just the cold, simple mechanics of biology. The deep sea is dark and still. The crevice is empty. The current moves through it, carrying away the last remnants of the octopus who spent 4 years there. And somewhere far above, her offspring drift in the blackness, alive because she is not. That is all.